she had been battling mental illness for years.
I always say we should think of this no differently than heart disease or cancer, but mental illness does not discriminate.
And that was ABC's Dr. Jen Ashton. Her ex-husband actually committed suicide, and we have gotten new numbers from the CDC. Suicide is on the rise in the U.S. There's been a 25% increase in the last 2 decades, and last year alone saw 45,000 people commit suicide. Molly Hunter, ABC News, London.
We're going to have much more on suicide prevention throughout the day. Keep it here on ABC 7. Right now, President Trump arriving in Canada for the G7 summit amid rising tensions with our closest allies. On the eve of the summit, the president got into a Twitter spat with French President Emmanuel Macron and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau over new U.S. tariffs. And as he left the White House, the president made this statement.
And in the G7, which used to be the G8, they threw Russia out. They should let Russia come back in.
The group of leading industrialized nations kicked Russia out of the G7 in 2014 after its invasion of Crimea in Ukraine. The president plans to leave the G7 early, skipping meetings on climate change and the environment to fly to Singapore for his summit with Kim Jong-un. Before leaving the White House, President Trump said he's considering more pardons and isn't ruling out pardons for his former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, and his personal attorney, Michael Cohen.
They haven't been convicted of anything. There's nothing to pardon. It is far too early to be thinking about it.
The president said he's also considering a posthumous pardon for Muhammad Ali. The late boxing great was convicted of draft evasion during Vietnam. Ali's family, though, says because the conviction was overturned by the Supreme Court, there's nothing to pardon. Talk about needing a pick-me-up. This is one of the cooler stories of the day. This is an elderly man struggling to cross a very busy intersection in China. A police officer comes to his aid and gives him a piggyback ride across the street for the rest of the way.
Very
nice.
Like
that. That's a metaphor for life, right?
Absolutely.
Have
My
a friend
goodness.
go carry you on his back.
But they're really respectful of the elderly in
true.
China, and I mean here too, but I mean more so there. But yeah. All right, so we have a lot of celebrating to do over the next this upcoming weekend, and there's a lot going on.
And the weather's gorgeous today. We got the Pride Parade tomorrow.
And celebrate Fairfax.
Yeah,
so
right.
I mean, we got a lot going on around here. And then next week, the big parade. That's what everyone's focused on. So when you set the time and date, we're going to have forecast for you on that. All right. National Harbor, they had a watch party there last night. We saw it earlier, looking good right now. Looking toward Old Town Alexandria. We have filtered sunshine out there, so not pure sunshine, but enough to put a smile on your face as you move through this midday hour. 77 degrees at Reagan National Airport, 81 in Leesburg, the same in Frederick. Head over to Fredericksburg, looking at 82 in Southern Maryland. Leonardtown now at 77 degrees. Here's Stormwatch 7 satellite and radar. We do have clouds across the area right now, but as of this hour, we are dry around the Capital Beltway, out toward Fairfax, and then over toward Leesburg, and then Frederick looking good. Hagerstown, a few showers around the way later on this afternoon, but I don't expect it to mount to a whole lot. Going out to lunch, maybe checking out the food trucks. We have a ton of them here in Roslyn. If you have never been, you need to check it out. 80 degrees 1 p.m., lower 80s by 2 p.m. with plenty of sunshine. Now for tonight, maybe you're dining out, or maybe you're going to go to a rooftop restaurant downtown. Looks pretty nice. It's going to be a little bit on the warm side, with temperatures that will slowly fall through the 80s. By 10 o'clock tonight, could hear a few rumbles of thunder, and that's by the time the big baseball game ends tonight. So make sure that you be prepared for that. Umbrellas not allowed in the stadium. However, make sure you at least have a rain poncho ready. 65 to 72 overnight lows. It's going to be mild. It's going to be a bit on the humid side. May see a little bit of patchy fog come early tomorrow morning, but nothing that's going to cause any type of air travel delays, similar to what we've seen over the last couple of mornings. Waking up to 70 tomorrow, downtown D.C., around 67 in Manassas. Culpeper will be in the middle 60s. Here's our future cast, and keep in mind this is just a computer simulation, and it gives us a good idea. We're expecting the rain to set up and the time frame, 12 noon, around the Capital Beltway. Once again, not looking at a washout, but enough to have the rain gear ready. By 4 o'clock, we have the Capitol Pride Parade that starts. Notice the showers beginning to build off to the west of us. Temperatures are going to be on the warm side, middle to upper 80s. Feels like temperatures closer to 90 degrees, so a shower or two may cool you down just a little bit, and then we'll see on and off showers through tomorrow evening, and then again as we head into the day on Sunday. So highs tomorrow, middle to upper 80s. Keep in mind, these are just hourly temperatures. When we get the temperatures to cool down to the lower 80s, that's because of the showers and thunderstorms, but many of you will see temperatures well into the upper 80s. 86 today, celebrate Fairfax. 87 tomorrow, 77 degrees, so 10 degrees cooler on Sunday. Don't forget we have the Pride Festival on Sunday, Pennsylvania Avenue. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s, and we'll put it all together for you and show you the next 7 days. Once we get through a busy weekend, look at next week. I hope they don't have the parade on Wednesday, but I'm good for Tuesday and Thursday of next week. Monday's a little too soon, don't you think?
Well, they're probably listening to your forecast right now.
I hope so.
And deciding, you know, if there's going to be rain, let's do the pick day.
Tuesday or Thursday.
Yeah, and we may have a chance of seeing a rainbow, right? With all the rain
Oh my
and
gosh,
sunshine.
I like it. I like it. It was so exciting last night. I still can't get over it.
I know. Coming up on ABC 7